It's time to paint my pumpkin finally. It's a relatively small pumpkin, and I'm going to figure out which I want to be the front. This isn't a tutorial video, this is just me having some fun, so I'm just going to insert different clips along the way to show my progress. I've got a bunch of colors here, I got a bunch of paintbrushes, so let's get to it. The hardest part of any process is literally waiting for paint to dry. Now, before anyone says anything, I do know that there are some people that take, when they paint pumpkins, they use like a washable paint, so that way when their kids are done painting it, they can then wash off most of the paint, cut it open, and still be able to harvest the seeds to eat or to plant or whatever they want to do with. I don't know if that's still safe, but that's just something I've heard people do. Okay, I get base after the white. I decided to go with kind of like a blue-black combination. So I got those two. I think the blue is a navy. It says real navy, and then just a regular black. So I kind of like how that came out for this part. And again, I just did it over the white, and I'm okay with you see spots that you can kind of see the white still through. That's fine. I have to wait for this to dry before I can do the next step. And ironically, as I'm painting this and taking breaks to let the stuff dry before I come back over to tackle more, I'm reading the series Twilight. I'm on the last book, Breaking Dawn, so I think it's kind of appropriate that I'm working on this then. Okay, I decided to actually paint the whole thing. So on this side we have a big ghost, and we have two tombstones. And you can still kind of make out the shades of black and blue. It's a little tricky to see probably on camera, but it still has a little bit of that black and blue. The blue was actually a glossy paint, and the black was actually a matte paint, so that kind of adds a little different sheen to it. I've got my ring light on over here, so that's why there's a little bit of glare. And then I just, on this side, to just do a bunch of different little ghosts. I probably would Mod Podge this if I was putting it outside, but I think for right now, I think it looks perfectly fine. I'm not the best painter, as you know. I just do it for fun. I know that some of you watching can definitely do a lot better, so hopefully this just at least inspires you to take this idea and run with it. I would love to see what you guys would do if you decided to paint a pumpkin either this year or even next year, or make it like some sort of holiday tradition or whatever. One thing I would say, like I said with Mod Podging, the problem was I probably went too far down on the bottom, so some of the down paint kind of peeled off because it was wet and then it was sticking to the paper. So I don't know if I might have or should have used like parchment paper under it. Maybe that would have helped the sticking, I'm not sure. But I figure once this is completely dry, because there's still some spots that are wet, I can lean it on its side and then try to like fine tune the bottom. But again, from this distance you really can't see it too much, and it doesn't really take away. But again, I decided to paint the whole thing, and I think it came out pretty good. I like the ghost. Kind of reminds me of when I did the ghost painting a couple years ago, where you take a painting and you add ghost kind of to it. So pumpkin, unless you want to take this idea and do something for Thanksgiving, and you could maybe do like thanks on the pumpkin and some cool fall colors on there, and maybe if someone's really talented, a turkey on it. Stuff like that could be really cool. So again, I hope this inspires you, and have a great day, everyone.